Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. This is going to be a reading for the week ahead. In my hands, I have the Light Seers Tarot. I'm going to pull some cards here first. Let's see what kind of energies we are going to be encountering in this week ahead, and possibly the best way or ways to work with those energies. We have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles coming out here first. The Nine of Cups. Anything else? Any other messages from this deck? I will take those. We have the Three of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. We have the Fool. We have the King of Wands. Now, I don't usually take these cards in reverse, but for some reason, I'm inclined to take that one today. That is the King of Wands. And then we have the Queen of Wands. We're not quite on the same page yet. Okay, and then for the Archetype deck, this is the Mantegna Tarot. Calliope, haven't seen that card in a while. Is there another message for us for this week? Yes. Okay, Calliope is card number 11. We also have the Knight, card number 6. And then, really, you had to squeak out Uranus, card number 12. And then we have this Divine Feather Messenger deck. We get a little oracle message here. A message of inspiration, wisdom, and healing. Maybe. Let's see if a card wants to show up for us. Where can we focus our attention this week? What kind of characteristics can we use for healing? Okay. Well, all right. Oh, the Falcon, the Grouse, the Loon, and the Chickadee. Okay. It's quite a bit of cards for this week. Well, let us start with these archetype cards. So the first card out from the Archetype deck here is card number 11. This is Calliope. It is the archetype for psychology. Understand the origin of your sadness, which, really is quite in alignment with the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is typically a card that is an expression of heartache or heartbreak. Generally, that is a result of a lost relationship. It may be a romantic relationship. It may be a history of romantic heartbreaks. But there are, however, other ways in which we can find heartbreak in life. Different ways that we can be disappointed, different ways that we have been deceived, or different ways in which we have allowed ourselves to be deceived. Self-deception is one of the hardest truths to accept, and Calliope asks us to dig deep into the sadness, figure out the source of the sadness. Why when at times you have felt sad or heartbroken, have you felt that way? What was the cause of those feelings? The next card here from the archetype deck is the Knight, card number 6, and this is the archetype for nobility. Fighting for the weak is a duty of the noble. This is taking responsibility for yourself and looking out for yourself. It is also that sense of looking out for those who are not quite as independent. This is to indicate perhaps young children or elderly parents, but ultimately and overall, the card, the Knight, card number 6, when it says fighting for the weak is a duty of the noble, we are also speaking of living with integrity and righteousness and acting on the best interests of ourselves and of others, doing the right thing. Now, so far in a reflection of these cards with the Seven of Pentacles here, Seven of Pentacles indicates having patience to let things grow, let situations develop, allow the time for things to grow, ideas to percolate, allow the seed to germinate. So here, having patience is strongly indicated, and being righteous, acting on the best behalf of yourself and in terms of the care of others, it may be best to take some time. And we're not seeing the Hanged Man here, but this does indicate taking some time to look deeper at the circumstances so that you can allow for healing. And the healing is part of having patience for the time involved to do the healing, having patience to allow for the healing to occur, whether it is your own healing or that of someone else. Sometimes situations aren't quite ready for the next step. There is a process, and you're being asked to be patient with whatever process you're facing in your life, or whatever processes those with whom you are interacting are facing. Next in the archetype deck, we have card number 12, Uranus. This is an archetype for serenity. Always maintain inner balance. She has the full moon in her hand. And again, there's a sphere, the full moon sphere at the feet of Calliope as well. Calliope is rather grounded here, understanding in the material sense what kind of situations and interactions have occurred in your life that have been the cause of sadness. And Uranus asks us to take it higher into the realm of thought, into the realm of ideas and concepts, and to have a balance between the realm of thought and the grounded material plane. We're being asked to have that balance between the heavens and the earth, between thought, material, and emotion, indicated by the water here in the card. We are being asked to strike that balance. Perhaps achieving this balance is also part of the process to which we are being asked to have patience, or for which we are being asked to have patience as we watch or wait patiently for things to grow, for ideas, concepts, investments to grow and to percolate so that they can be strong and yield something productive and fruitful. It appears that there's a potential for a lot of satisfaction here with this Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is generally a card indicative of emotional satisfaction. sort of a completion, a joy found in the pursuit of passions. I do want to take a look here at these cards from the Divine Feather Messenger. Falcon says, use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Well, and here we have the Fool. The Fool has considered pragmatically the risks at stake and yet still willing to make the leap of faith despite the risks. The Falcon says, use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Perhaps you've been standing at the edge, standing on the precipice of a new adventure, a new idea or concept, and you're being asked to make that giant leap of faith. The Grouse says, embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. This is about channeling energy. Now we have the King of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Wands in the upright. Both of these are fiery cards. They do represent the element of fire and the fire signs. They also represent enthusiasm, action, activity, the physical investment into the pursuit of passion, happiness, and joy. It is activity. It is channeling energy toward something. It is putting the investment of energy toward something. The Grouse says, embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. By dancing, you are putting your own vibration into the earth, in a sense, grounding yourself with the material world, with the earth through your feet, and channeling the energy of the earth into your body and finding an alignment between the two. But when you dance, you also take in the music, the beat. This, again, could be in reference to your own vibration. It could be in reference to communication, words, and elements of air. Clear thought, clarity, clear wisdom, insight from experience. This is something you're being asked to balance in order to make a move forward. If you embrace the idea of dance, of movement, even if it's not dance, but you are capable of going for a run or a brisk walk, you may find that in doing so and engaging the energy of your physical body with the earthly plane of the planet and making that contact and readjusting your energy within your body, finding a balance, that you will have more insight into the ideas, more insight into your own wisdom, so that you can make your next steps into your journey, so that you can feel confident in taking that giant leap, that risk toward your future. The Loon says, pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. Perhaps there are messages within your dreams that can teach you how to stay balanced. They can teach you how to have the patience to grow something stable. Perhaps your dreams are guiding you towards exploring elements of sadness that you have experienced in life. The Chickadee, this last card from the Divine Feather Messenger, says, this time is right to release all patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. There are some lovely hues, hints of yellow in this card, as we see in the dress of the protagonist in the card, the Fool. Time to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. The Fool is certainly ready to embrace change. Are you recognizing old patterns? I had suggested in one of the last readings that if you are capable of exploring either in your dream time or in your waking mind, if you have the ability to explore scenarios that involve you acting out in ways that are representative of old patterns you may have released or patterns that you need to release, that means then that you are capable of identifying what those patterns are. That means that you are capable of breaking those patterns. If you're able to recognize those old patterns, that's quite a step in your evolution. It's a step in your maturity, and it's a step in expanding your path toward the future. Chickadee says it's time to release old patterns and energies. Perhaps you've been surrounded at times with people that have caused heartache and pain, that have caused a lot of sadness in your life, and you've taken the time to consider the source of this sadness. Perhaps you've taken time to try to heal these causes of sadness, these patterns that we see in these relationships, and yet they don't seem to change. And if that is the case, if you have certain relationships in your life where you have tried to improve a situation, you have tried to improve the relationship, and you have not been met with success, not because you do not have a good intention, but perhaps because the other party or parties involved are not willing or able to yet embrace their own part in an imbalanced relationship, an unhealthy relationship, in unhealthy patterns. If they're not willing to help to improve the relationships, your assessment may be telling you it is time to let them go, to let go of those particular relationships and move forward without them. Chickadee says, the time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. So the last two cards we have here from the Light Seers Tarot, the King of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands in reverse, the King of Wands is a very strong leader, someone who is visionary and fiery and has a lot of passion to initiate and to do and to see new opportunities and to follow that potential. He's passionate and creative. And yet, this King of Wands in reverse is suggesting that you could be finding yourself to be overly ambitious or too assertive, too much masculine energy. So perhaps you're being asked to sort of sit back and watch a little bit, to be less involved, less controlling. This may be to say as the example of relationships that if you are the one that has been trying to make certain relationships work, perhaps it is time that you let go of that impetus and to see if the other person, other people, other party is willing to meet you halfway. You're being asked to be a bit more receptive and less assertive. It's a bit ironic. I can recall in the past couple 2-3 weeks there have been a lot of messages about taking initiative and taking action and harnessing the reins, moving forward, being assertive. And it looks like that energy has shifted quite a bit. Now, the Queen of Wands, here, the last card, the Queen of Wands is a very charismatic individual. She has a lot of luck. She can be seductive. She has passion. She has ambition. She is a symbol of creativity, self-confidence, joy, excitement, enthusiasm. Am I getting all the words? She is capable of taking care of herself. The Queen of Wands suggests that it's quite a bit in alignment with the Fool card, because the Queen of Wands suggests that you take hold of your own ambitions regardless of the opinions of others. You have your own self-confidence, and you're being asked to let go of what other people think. The Queen of Wands is radiant and fierce and entirely capable. She can do. One of the biggest messages associated with the Queen of Wands is to stop living small. Embrace who you are. Embrace your light. The Queen of Wands is a very radiant individual. Radiant like a lighthouse, a beacon, a bearer of light. Let your light shine. She is bright. She can ignite passion in others. This is like the energy she possesses inside, and it radiates from her. And when other people encounter her, they experience something from her energy. They pick up on her energy. They feel inspired. They feel uplifted. This is how you can touch other people, touch the lives of other people, by being yourself and being your own light. This isn't to say that you don't have shadows or that you can't embrace your shadows, but the Queen of Wands is definitely a person that can embrace their radiant light and share it with others. There's no shame in that. And I think that we are being asked to take that stance, embrace that ability to have passion and charisma, and to follow our passions, regardless of the opinions of others. Now, I just grabbed my Visconti Tarot. Yeah. Let's just get a confirmation card or a couple confirmation cards here on this reading and see what kind of message comes up. Oh no, that's several. I also think there may be a couple cards flipped in here. Let me see. Could be wrong. Oh, I see some down there at the end. I do not read these cards in reverse. Okay. So we have first the Knight of Pentacles. Hang on just a second here. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Two of Coins. Oops. We have Justice. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Four of Cups, which wanted to come out in reverse. The Knight of Coins, the Page of Wands, the Two of Coins, Justice, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Cups. The Two of Coins here, this is a card about juggling energies. Juggling, weighing things out. Justice also is about finding that balance and weighing things out. What are you juggling? I mean, here we have the Page of Wands and here we have the Page of Swords. action and thought. We have the Knight of Coins over here coming in. This is, again, the principal element of stability. An investment in material. And the Four of Cups can be a rejection of something that doesn't suit you. A rejection of an offer that just doesn't sit well with you. If you know yourself as the Queen of Wands and you are finding that you have some kind of offer, you'll know what suits you, whether the offer is for you or not. Looking at these cards, to me, these say that there is a huge message here for the week to find a sense of balance. Emotional balance, spiritual balance, physical activity. We are being asked to exercise in one way or another, get some physical activity. That was suggested in the dance and movement to access your highest guidance with the grouse. Physical activity. Balance, though. Balance is a big theme here in this reading. And in finding that balance, you can find the stability, the baseline for something to grow. But you are being asked to have patience to see that growth, to have something materialize. Patience, not to be too ambitious, not to be too assertive or aggressive, to take the next steps on your own behalf, but don't force movement upon others. This is all about doing you. You do you. Unabashedly, unapologetically. And if you have balance, if you're able to find balance within, then these movements you are making can yield a great sense of satisfaction. So one last message with the Four of Cups, it can be that you sort of have it all, but you have to bring it all together in order to appreciate it, basically. You may have things in your life that you're not appreciating. You may be overlooking something, or you may be ambivalent about something that does exist in your life, and you're being asked to give a little attention to that. Focus on that. Don't overlook it. It can be indicative of having a privilege that maybe not everyone has, but kind of disregarding it as nothing. Are you blessed and you're not really appreciating it? Count your blessings. Consider what you have. Give thanks and appreciation for that which you have. Because over here with the Nine of Cups, you have the opportunity to manifest your dreams. But you're going to need to pull in all the elements in order to manifest your dreams, to pull that all together. So if there's something that you're missing, you need to, again, bring that into balance. Bring yourself, your thoughts, your actions into balance so that you can take that leap of faith with full confidence in yourself and what you're doing, and rely on yourself. Self-reliance here. Good luck for the week. That's the message I have. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight.